The day before Philip Siefke went shopping for car insurance, he hit his brakes hard, just once. A completely ordinary moment on a completely ordinary drive. He didn't think twice about it, but when he logged on to Progressive's website the next morning to get a quote, the insurance company already knew it had happened. They knew the exact time. They knew the exact force of the brake press. They knew it was him. He hadn't enrolled in any tracking program. He hadn't downloaded any app. He hadn't agreed to anything, or so he thought. He called Progressive and demanded an explanation. The rep told him the information came from Toyota. His car had been watching him, and it had been talking. That story is not a one-off. That is the system working exactly as designed. And if you bought a new car after 2018, you are inside that system right now. Here is what no one at the dealership told you. The moment you drove that car off the lot, it started building a file on you. Where you go when you leave, how fast you accelerate, how hard you brake, whether you drive late at night, how many miles you put on in a week, how sharply you take corners. Some cars have cameras pointed at your face measuring your alertness level. Some track your precise GPS coordinates every 3 seconds. One major American automaker was sending location pings to data brokers every 3 seconds, 24 hours a day, from 14 million vehicles simultaneously. The Federal Trade Commission confirmed all of this. It is in the court filings, and then the automakers sold it. They packaged your driving file and sold it to data brokers, who sold it to insurance companies who used it to quietly raise your premiums without ever telling you why. General Motors did this. Toyota did this. The Consumer Reports investigation found that nearly every major automaker that sells cars in the United States is collecting and sharing what they call driver behavior data. BMW, Ford, Honda, Hyundai, Kia, Mazda, Mercedes, Mitsubishi, Nissan, Stellantis, Subaru, Tesla, Volkswagen. Every single one of them has a data sharing pipeline that ends somewhere you did not authorize. The Mozilla Foundation spent months reviewing the privacy practices of every major car brand. These are the same researchers who review the privacy policies of smart speakers, medical apps, and surveillance cameras for a living. They reviewed 25 car brands. Every single one failed. All 25. They published their findings under the title, "It is official, cars are the worst product category we have ever reviewed for privacy. Worse than phones, worse than smart TVs, worse than fitness trackers, every brand. Your car." But here is the part that should make you stop and think about every piece of paperwork you have ever signed at a dealership. Technically, you gave them permission. When you first turned on the infotainment screen after buying the car, a series of consent screens appeared. Maybe you were sitting in the dealership parking lot. Maybe the finance manager was waiting. Maybe you just wanted to get home. You tapped through, you agreed. Somewhere buried inside those terms was authorization for your car to collect your data and share it with third parties. You agreed to be surveilled in the middle of a transaction specifically designed to move fast and overwhelm you with paperwork. That is not consent. That is a trap with a legal signature. Here is the full picture of what they are collecting. Your location data, down to the street and timestamp. Your driving behavior, speed, braking, acceleration, lane changes. Your garage door code, captured automatically when you program home. Your contacts, if you ever synced your phone. Your home and work addresses, inferred from where you park most often. Biometric data from driver monitoring cameras in some vehicles. Cabin microphone data in a growing number of models. And here is the detail that should make you genuinely angry. When United States senators investigated what the automakers were actually being paid for all of this, they found Honda received 26 cents per car. Hyundai received 61 cents per car. They were selling your private driving file for less than the cost of a gumball. Meanwhile, the insurance companies buying that data used it to raise your premiums by hundreds of dollars a year. The automakers gave away your data for pocket change, and the insurers kept the profit. Now here is what happened when regulators finally stepped in. The Federal Trade Commission investigated General Motors, confirmed everything, and issued a settlement. GM was banned from selling driver data to consumer reporting agencies for 5 years. There was no financial penalty. By that point, GM had already sold data from 14 million vehicles, including 1.8 million Texans. The Texas Attorney General sued anyway. The ban lasts 5 years. After that, the practice is legally available to resume, and it applied only to GM. Every other automaker continues under the same framework today. But here is the conflict at the center of all of this that most coverage completely misses. The data is not just being used to price your insurance. That is the visible consequence. The deeper issue is that your driving file is a permanent record attached to your identity, moving through a chain of data brokers, each of whom can sell it forward. The Electronic Frontier Foundation, one of the most respected digital rights organizations in the country, reviewed this data ecosystem and concluded that it is nearly impossible to track exactly where your data goes once it enters the broker chain. At every handoff, the data could be breached. At every handoff, it could be sold to someone you never anticipated. Law enforcement has requested driver data from automakers, and the automakers have complied. Your car is not just a vehicle, it is a witness. So what do smart buyers do with this information? First, OPT out. Every major automaker now has a privacy portal because 15 states have passed privacy laws requiring it, and 3 more go into effect in 2026. Go to your manufacturer's website, find the privacy or data settings section, and submit 3 separate requests. A right to opt out of data sharing, a right to delete existing data, and a request to limit data collection. Document everything you submit and the date you submitted it. This is your legal right in most states, and exercising it is free. Second, understand what you give up. Opting out will likely disable some connected feature. Remote start through an app, real-time traffic, crash notification. For some of those features, you are now paying a monthly subscription anyway, which makes the trade-off even cleaner. If the feature requires selling your data to exist, that tells you everything you need to know about whose interests it was designed to serve. Third, if you are in the market for a car right now, ask specifically about data collection before you buy. Ask the dealer which features require connected services. Ask what data is collected and who it is shared with. If they cannot answer, ask for the full privacy policy in writing before you sign anything. Most cannot answer, and most will not provide it. That tells you something too. The automakers have a prepared response to all of this. The Alliance for Automotive Innovation, the industry trade group that represents most major brands, published a memo called "Know Your Car Isn't Spying." They described data collection as a feature in italics. They said it was keeping you safe. They said it was supporting their vision of 0 crashes, 0 emissions, and 0 congestion. What they did not mention was 26 cents. What they did not mention was the insurance rate hikes that customers never saw coming. What they did not mention was that your brake data from a Tuesday morning is sitting inside a file at a company you have never heard of right now. You paid for the car. You are paying for the insurance. The question is, who else is getting paid every time you drive it? Now you know. And knowing is exactly how you stop it. If this video opened your eyes, subscribe so you never miss what they don't want you to find out. Every week on this channel, we follow the data so you don't have to.